There are two things that you need to know in this existence to be able to see everything. The first, before you can even consider the second, in most cases, is a dialogue with nature. Through that, you are able to see the reflection of yourself in everything. And then you can look up at the sky with intentions and see things at night. And with that intention, you can start to explore your dream space when you go to sleep. And if you know how to meditate, you know how to be present in your body while you're awake. That reflects in your sleep when there are intentions. And you can do anything, you can experience anything. People call it lucid dreaming. It's through exploration of connection through nature. And then through our psyche, through our rawest connection to consciousness. Everything is known. That's reality. For thousands of years, the most beautiful connections with those things have been made and distorted through history. We only have the ugliest of interpretations of what has actually happened on this planet, or whatever this is. We're only starting to learn about everything now, and it's through things the mainstream won't even acknowledge. Everything must exist. Everything that's led up to this point in terms of the technological advancement on this planet, albeit orchestrated, is still a synthetic stepping stone in what comes next. And that is reconnecting with our existence. Through doing that, we will be able to salvage some meaning from the technology that we have been so obsessed with over the last 200 years. And it won't have been for nothing. Because if everything that has happened over the last 200 years was for nothing, that would be a travesty. And it's possible. It's possible that this is just the most elaborate brainwashing mechanism that we have been stuck inside. Everyone talks about oneness and singularity. That's what consciousness is. We are all aspects of that. Ultimately, there is just a singularity. And if it is trapped inside a matrix, a simulation, then the only way that this singularity is ever going to find clarity is by finding a respect for this simulation and connecting with it in order to see through it. That's the best explanation of what I can try and describe as to what I have been experiencing over the last more than 5 years. And I was always, ever since I left school, very isolated. But it has been so isolating. There's no one I can connect with. There's nothing that even comes close to meaningful, like connecting with nature. And so that is the only way that I'll be able to connect with others, and I was very fortunate to be able to do that in my life already. But it was fleeting, and people couldn't prioritize everything that showed them everything. They had to take pieces of it and take it back into society, and that's fine. I haven't been able to do that. So all I can do now is illustrate what I'm experiencing, disconnecting from all the plasticity, from all the noise, from all the coercion. All the blind authority. All the deluded ownership. All the greed. All the fear, all the envy. None of that exists when the only thing you're concerning yourself with is self-progression. No one's ever done anything competing with others. They were competing with themselves. And it's quite ironic, because everything could exist in order for us to experience competing with each other, in a sense, because everything is just one. It could be that competition is the meaning of this existence. And the key is flipping that back to authenticity, which is competing with yourself. If you're competing with something external, you're competing with a reflection of something that is supposed to steer you, not distract you. Like a sign, not a side mission. Self-competition is not aggressive. Some people make it aggressive, and well, I don't see how that turns out constructively for anyone in terms of their self-journeys. All the biggest sports people are totally deluded. competing with yourself is being better than you were yesterday. That's all it is. Once you're really on that path, and it definitely looks like a graph when you start, and that's the only way to be able to see it though, and eventually all that compounding movement, there's a breakout and the falls don't look the same anymore. It's time we all start reaching for the sky.